Hello everybody, and today we'll be coding Tetris once again because before I didn't finish it and I hadn't done it in a while, so I wasn't really familiar with the code, so I thought I'd start again and actually think it through more from the start. So what I've done is I've got a grid here and just got some of the starter code, and if we're going left, we're going to rotate left. If we press A, we're going to rotate the block left, and if we press D, we're going to rotate it right. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get my whiteboard and plan out how we're going to structure this. Okay, got my whiteboard here. And let's see how we're going to do this. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to have a class called block. And so we're going to have the vector of its position. So we're going to have maybe stood vector of I guess we could have SF vector pos. Let's just do stood pair for now. We can always change it. Of int and then int. So that will be the starting positions. And then we can just call move down. So yeah, we'll have a function called, so there'll be also move down. Then we're going to pass in the larger grid. So we'll just call that grid. Okay, and after we've done that, we need to. So when we're calling move down, we want to check for each of the positions. So we're going to update. We're going to make a copy of the positions array. Okay, so we're going to have stood vector copy. Then we're going to go. And then, so we go through all of the current positions in the vector. Vector and add one to the y value as you go down in SFML. It's kind of contradictory because you actually go up in the y value because 0 is top left. Increment y, and that will be by a specific amount. So here we've got a 7x7 grid, so I don't know how big we're going to make it. Is 700 by 700? I don't know if that's big enough for my screen. I don't actually know the full dimensions of my screen. Y by 70, say. Okay, and then after we've got all of those new values, check overlapping. So in the grid, it will be represented by 1. In grid piece represented and then we can do if no conflicts, so no overlaps, then move piece down. Okay, nice. This is an example of abstraction and maybe decomposition. Back to GCSE Computer Science. Just had that exam recently. Okay, so I guess let's start coding. I'll just show you the whiteboard. I don't know if you can see that well. My webcam is not the best. Well, okay, I'll leave this here. And let's get coding. We'll have a struct block. I know we could use some encapsulation here, but we'll have to do for now. And what we could do is we could have a set of positions. So, for example, the L shape, and we hard code those in. We have a wait. I'll just get to that when we get to it. So, you have stood vector of. I need to include pair. Pairs a new utility, and I still need to include vector Position. Okay, we'll need to have a construction for this as well. So we'll just take a vector pair and V and okay. Positions, and we're going to initialize that with V. This should work, I don't know why it's and I'll include ice stream as well. And I'll include, so I haven't posted in a while, I've just took exams. And I temporarily put on hold the quantitative finance one series. I may resume that soon. And I'm also taking well, not a course, it's basically just a YouTube video where this guy walks through a bunch of leak code problems, and I'm doing that as well. Kind of moved on. What is happening? I expected a what's wrong with this? Identify V undefined. How? So variant. Okay, that's good. And we're having positions. So now we need to have the member function move down. So we're going to take in the yep, okay, and grid. So let's consult that. So we create a copy. First, create a copy of the positions. So, comes quite annoying when you mess up the indentation. So, std vector of, you can probably just auto this. Auto copy equals positions. Now we go through the positions. Okay, we can just do x dot seconds, so it'll be x then y plus equals 70. After we've done that, we've got to check for collisions. Now check for collisions. So full auto is copy. What we're going to do is we're going to check if full can do equals false. So then we're going to check if in grid at x dot first at x dot second. It'd be useful if you had, if the vector had a member, like, sorry, the square bracket operator specialized for a pair, but yeah. At second is equal to 1. Okay, and then what we're going to do is we're just going to leave that. Okay, we'll just set it to true at the start. Can do false. So in other copies, if can do, then we will update the positions dot positions equals copy. Okay, I'm gonna make this 700. 700. And then we're going to need to copy that to the grid. So for auto add X in positions, we can do now. We won't need to call the instructor because it's only in the scope, and it will call the destructor when it's out of scope, which will be by the end of this function. So we go through that, and then we do positions at X dot. Oh, sorry, grid. X dot first. It's probably not the best name for it because it kind of alludes to it being the X value. So equals 1. So that will make sure no other blocks could take it. And we're also going to need to implement if one. No, that'll be fine though, because we can just check. Okay. Okay, that should be good for moving down. Or X dot second is greater than or equal to 700. So the second is the Y value. Okay. Because if it's equal to 700, I know our screen's 700, but with SML shapes or sprites, what we do is from the top left hand corner, that is like where we're measuring from. So if the top left hand corner was at 700 Y position, I mean the rest of it would be below 700, so therefore we won't be able to see it. So we're therefore going to need to keep it at the bottom. Okay, so and yeah, otherwise we're just not going to do that. Okay. And to initialize the grid, okay, well, once we've got the block, we're going to do we can do return this as a ball. We're going to return can do. Returning because we want to know if a new block should start falling. Right, now I'm just going to create a vector or vectors of positions because this is the possible ones that possible shapes we could have. So let me just check on, yeah, okay. So stood vector of, sorry, in how many brackets are here? Okay, shapes. The beauty of it, we don't need to store it as like we did last time with just the, I don't know how, I think I stored it as like an array of, vector events. Okay, so we've got the shapes here, and what we can do is we're going to, yep. So I also heard that Microsoft Visual Studio, well, Copilot for Visual Studio is coming, so, or it already has come, but I can't seem to find it. I think my Visual Studio is a bit out of date, so yeah. Okay, we didn't even need this part, but okay. So let me just get my whiteboard again, and I'll just brainstorm the positions. Okay. So for the L shape, this will be, we're going to start in the center, right? So maybe 0, 1, 2. How big is it normally? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then this will be also 0 and then 1. Okay, so for the L shape, I've just written down this. So let's get doing this. And it doesn't matter even the order of the shapes because, yeah, it just doesn't. So this is the X and the Y. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 0, 2, 1. Oops. 3, 1, and then 4, 1. Okay, so, oops. Now I'm going to rub this L shape out. Now, so what other common blocks? I mean, I've played a bit of Block Blast, but that's got very unique shapes. So, I can't even remember them. So we've got the weird S shape. So that. Oh, I've completely messed this up. It's supposed to be 1. Okay, I'm just going to redraw this. What I'm doing is I'm trying to create the S shape. I've completely messed that one up. So we'll start at 2. So we're going to have 1 block there. We're going to have another block here. Yeah, 1 up there. To 4. So it's going to look like this if we're separating it into the blocks there. I mean, this would be a chance to use ChatGPT, to be honest. So 2, 1. 3, 1, 3, 0. And then we've got 4, 0. Okay, what else? Okay, are we just going to look at common square one? So 3, 0. 3, 1. 4, 0. 4, 1. Okay, I'm just going to paste this to ChatGPT and ask it to do it. Wait. Just now on the screen. Okay, so chat.openai.com. Oh, they've actually changed the domain to chatgpt.com. Don't know if that was always the case, but okay, let's go. So I'm going to ask it to complete this std vector std pair int o session. No, it contains Tetris shape positions for a game. They are in a 7x7 grid, and they should start from the top. Complete this. I have done the L shape, the S shape, and the square. Add more shapes. Prompt Engineering 101. Right. The T. Oh yeah, I forgot about the T shape. L, reverse L. Z. Okay, I'm just going to copy this. I think it's probably right. And you know what, I'll just leave it there so that I know. The angry as well, but so then we're going to need to implement that as well. But so we're going to need to have a stood vector of block. So these are blocks. And we're going to need to initialize them with okay, so at the start we're going to need badge ChatGPT. Now please create a function to get a random number in the range O to N. Okay, this would be okay. Copy this, paste this here. So get random number. So we're going to initialize it with block, and then decorative shapes. Yep. Shapes at get random number shapes dot size. Okay, that should work. And then we're also going to have a stood clock. So we're going to need to include chrono. So stood chrono system. Oops. Clock. Time point. T equals stood chrono. To be honest, I should use auto for that rather. System clock. Now. So this is while poll event. So if stood chrono system now minus t greater than or equal to, what should we do? Every 0.5 seconds we're going to need to use so using namespace stood chrono literals. Sometimes the error just stays there when you hover. No, it doesn't. The hover doesn't come up. Yeah, it's normally when it's being fixed. So if we're going to go through each block for auto B in the blocks. If B dot move down is equal to false, and okay, I'm just going to do this. The Sean Parent would not be happy with this, but sadly I'm going to have to do. I could probably use enumerate, but you know what it is. And B, no, sorry, it needs to be blocks at I dot move down grid, and I is equal to blocks dot size minus 1. So this only counts for the last block, because if you can't move down anymore, we're going to do that again. So we're going to do blocks dot push back shapes at get random number shapes dot size. Really, it should be shapes dot size minus 1, shouldn't it? Let me see what Tetris V3 said. It prints 5 random numbers between 0 and 1. Okay, we'll just have to go with that. Then for start, dot pushback block. This should in theory work, shouldn't it? Yeah. So if move down false. Okay, and then I'm going to do then t equals stood. I normally always forget to stood corona. I normally just forget to reset the timer system clock. So then I'm also going to need to check if we've got a full row, and if that's all equal to 1 1 1 1, then we'll clear that. So for int I equals 0, I is less than grid dot size. So if grid at I is equal to if grid at I is equal to, well, it's not equal to 1, because then we can also refactor this so that each shape has a different color. Oh, but then we got the problem of we got to delete part of it. Okay, let's just try it without it first. Then we can also I forgot. In Visual Studio, it's actually, you can't do control and then the forward slash in order to comment something out. You've just got to use this obfuscated button at the top. Okay, then let's not forget to go for int I equals 0, I is less than size, I plus plus, grid at O, size, J plus plus. If grid at I at J is equal to 1, then we're going to do, well, we can just have a block here, can't we? Here, so we don't create a new copy each time. So instead, no, SF rectangle shape S, where it's okay, size SF vector to F S dot set fill color SF color. What should we? Should just be white. Okay, no, let's do blue. Make it stand out more. Then we do S dot set position. We've got okay. Okay, let's just do the float version. So we're going to do the I here is going to be the Y value because we have a vector, 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 and the I is each of these. So I is the Y value. So what we first do is J times 70, and then I times 70. Okay, and then we're going to do window dot draw, is it? Yeah, S. Okay, I'm going to check back in the definition here. Position plus equals 1. I don't know why I put 70. The second plus equals 1. Oh, wait. Yeah, if it's equal to 7, that's bad. We can't have that. Okay, let's just run it and see what happens. How long has this video been so far? Okay, not too bad. Oh, sorry. I forgot that this line was on. I don't know. Can I get rid of it? It always takes a while to get the build started. Oops. Right, we're just building Tetris 3 after all the other iterations. On the second version last time, I did get it working, but that was only after AI fixed the issues. So I want to do it by myself, to be honest. I don't want to be some prompt engineer. That's my sole job argument. So possible loss of data. Yeah, because it was the set position, was it, that accepted a float and a float? Yeah. Instead of an integer. Still loading. Oh, whack a time, only showing 25 minutes. My whacker time has been so low recently because, yeah, just been having to revise. Oh, I'll show you my original folders. Bloody. I don't know if you can see that, but it took a long time. Okay, the exe file, will we finally see the light of day? Oh, downloading project. And let's see. Well, we still haven't got the rotation in. And we look at that. We've got some memory overflow somewhere. Not responding. Absolutely great. I can't even shut it down. Time for the good old Alt F4. Close program. Exited with code minus. Okay, so we need to. I'm just going to ask ChatGPT. I'm going to copy paste this. Okay, fine. I'm just going to copy the whole thing and then complete the functionality for rotating the blocks. There's going to be some matrix multiplication or whatever. However you do it. The dot product, whatever it's called. There's a lot actually in the machine learning textbook I saw. Blocks dot back. Oh, I didn't even know there's a back function. Goodness, the more you know. Rotate. Okay, let's just copy this and I'll read the code how I did it more carefully here. So rotate if the because it's valid. Okay, I don't even know what's doing here. Well, I'll eventually find out one day. So I think it's just having center rotation and then with flipping the. Oh, okay. So center.x equals y minus. Okay, I'll probably learn about this at some point. And then this is how we call it. Oops. Control Z. Key pressed. Control S.